Hi, everyone. My name is Richard, and I'm so excited to be here with you today. Welcome to this podcast episode where we're going to talk about something super important for anyone learning English: how to stay motivated to learn English every day. If you've ever felt like giving up or wondered how to keep going, this episode is for you. I'm going to share practical tips, fun ideas, and some personal stories to help you stay excited about your English journey. So, grab a cup of coffee, get comfortable, and let's dive in. First, let's talk about why motivation is so important. Learning a new language like English can be challenging. Some days you feel like you're making progress, and other days it feels like you're stuck. That's normal, but motivation is like the fuel that keeps you moving forward. When you're motivated, you're more likely to practice, try new things, and improve over time. Think of motivation as a spark. It's what pushes you to open your English app, watch an English movie, or speak with a friend. Without it, it's easy to skip practice and lose progress. So how do we keep that spark alive? Let's explore some practical ways to stay motivated every day. One of the best ways to stay motivated is to have clear goals. Goals give you something to work toward, and they make your learning feel meaningful. But here's the key. Your goals need to be realistic and specific. For example, instead of saying, "I want to be fluent in English," try something smaller, like, "I want to learn 10 new words this week," or "I want to watch one English video without subtitles." Small goals are easier to achieve, and every time you complete one, you'll feel proud and motivated to keep going. Here's a tip. Write down your goals in a notebook or on your phone. Check them every week to see how far you've come. Celebrate your progress, even if it's small. That sense of achievement will keep you excited to learn more. Let's be honest, learning can feel boring sometimes, but it doesn't have to be. One way to stay motivated is to make learning English fun and connected to things you love. For example, if you enjoy music, listen to English songs and try to understand the lyrics. If you love cooking, watch English cooking videos on YouTube. If you're into sports, follow your favorite teams in English. When you learn through things you enjoy, it doesn't feel like work. It feels like fun. I remember when I was learning a new language, I started watching my favorite TV show in that language. At first, I didn't understand much, but I loved the show, so I kept watching. Over time, I noticed I was picking up new words and phrases without even trying. So, find something you love and bring English into it. Another great way to stay motivated is to make English a part of your daily routine. When something becomes a habit, it's easier to stick with it. You don't have to spend hours every day. Just 15 or 20 minutes can make a big difference. Here's an idea for a simple routine. Morning, learn 5 new words or phrases while you drink your coffee. Afternoon, listen to a short English podcast or song during lunch. Watch a YouTube video in English or write a few sentences about your day. The key is consistency. Even if you're busy, try to do at least one small thing every day. Over time, these small efforts add up and you'll be amazed at how much you've learned. Learning English doesn't have to be something you do alone. Connecting with other people who are also learning English can be super motivating. When you share your experiences, challenges, and successes, you feel like you're part of a community. You can join online groups like forums or social media pages where people practice English together. Or if you have friends who are learning English, start a study group. You can practice speaking, share tips, or even play language games together. I once joined an online group where we practiced English by telling stories. It was so much fun, and I made new friends from all over the world. Plus, hearing other people's progress inspired me to keep going. So, find your tribe and learn together. Who doesn't love a reward? Giving yourself small rewards for your efforts is a great way to stay motivated. It's like giving yourself a pat on the back for a job well done. For example, if you finish a week of practicing English every day, treat yourself to something you enjoy, like a favorite snack, a movie night, or even a new book. Rewards don't have to be big. They just need to make you feel good. One time, I promised myself that if I learned 50 new words in a month, I'd buy a new pair of headphones. Guess what? I hit that goal, and every time I used those headphones, I felt proud of my hard work. So think about what motivates you and use it as a reward. Here's something important. Mistakes are okay. In fact, they're a big part of learning English. Sometimes, people feel embarrassed or frustrated when they make mistakes, but that can kill motivation. Instead, try to see mistakes as a sign that you're trying and growing. Think about it. Every time you make a mistake, you're learning what not to do. That's progress. For example, if you mix up there and there, it's okay. Once you learn the difference, you'll never forget it. I used to be scared of speaking because I didn't want to sound silly. But one day, I decided to just try, and I made tons of mistakes. The funny thing, people understood me anyway, and they were happy I was trying. So, don't be afraid to mess up. It's how you get better. Sometimes, it's hard to see how far you've come because progress happens slowly. That's why tracking your progress is so important. When you look back and see what you've achieved, it gives you a big motivation boost. You can keep a journal where you write down what you learn each week, or record yourself speaking English every month and listen to the recordings later. You'll be surprised at how much better you sound over time. I started keeping a notebook where I wrote down new words and phrases. A few months later, I looked back and realized I had learned hundreds of words. It made me feel so accomplished and ready to keep going. So, find a way to track your progress and celebrate how far you've come. Learning English is a journey, and like any journey, it takes time. There will be days when you feel frustrated or like you're not improving. That's okay. The key is to stay positive and be patient with yourself. When you feel down, remind yourself why you're learning English. Maybe it's to get a better job, travel the world, or connect with new people. Whatever your reason, keep it in mind. It will help you push through tough days. Also, try to focus on the progress you've made, not the things you don't know yet. Every step forward counts, and you're getting closer to your goals every day. Another way to stay motivated is to try different ways of learning. If you do the same thing every day, it can get boring. So, mix things up to keep it fresh. For example, one day you could read an English article, the next day you could watch a movie, and the day after that you could practice speaking with a friend. You can also try apps, games, or even writing a short story in English. I once tried writing a poem in a new language, and it was so much fun. It wasn't perfect, but it made me think creatively and use new words. So, don't be afraid to experiment and try new things. Sometimes, hearing about other people's success can give you a big motivation boost. Look for stories of people who learned English and achieved their dreams. You can find these stories on YouTube, blogs, or even podcasts like this one. For example, I heard about a woman who learned English from scratch and became a tour guide in her city. She started with just a few words and practiced every day. Now, she speaks fluently and loves her job. Stories like that remind us that anything is possible with hard work. You can also follow English teachers or influencers online who share tips and encouragement. Their energy can inspire you to keep going. This might sound surprising, but taking breaks is important for staying motivated. If you push yourself too hard, you might feel tired or burned out, and that's not good for learning. If you're feeling overwhelmed, take a day or two to relax. Do something fun that's not related to English, like going for a walk or hanging out with friends. When you come back to learning, you'll feel refreshed and ready to go. I used to study for hours every day, and I started to feel exhausted. Then I learned to take short breaks, and it made a huge difference. So, listen to your body and give yourself permission to rest. Wow, we've covered a lot today. I hope these tips have given you some ideas for staying motivated to learn English every day. To recap, try setting clear goals, making learning fun, creating a routine, connecting with others, and rewarding yourself. Embrace mistakes, track your progress, stay positive, and mix up your methods. And don't forget to take breaks when you need them. Learning English is a big adventure, and you're already on the right path. Every step you take brings you closer to your goals, so keep going. I believe in you, and I know you can do this. Thank you so much for joining me today. If you enjoyed this episode, please subscribe to the podcast, leave a comment, and share it with a friend. I'd love to hear your thoughts. What keeps you motivated to learn English? Let me know in the comments below. Until next time, this is Richard, saying keep learning and stay awesome.